while Val was reading, I noticed that there was a figure up on the mountain in black at the top, a hiker. It seems he's continued down later, but he was standing there and doing a little hand signal type waving, and then just there, black figure against the blue sky. And I was thinking, well, that's thought of Rebizar, observing, watching, and signaling his presence, let's say. And that was just a, a passing thought of possible, reference. But that was fun. I videoed it for 4 minutes and included it with this book from Kevin, Cosmic Space Case. I was with my father and accompanied by an Indian individual. We were discussing all manner of spiritual paths and disciplines, although I don't recall the specifics of the discussion. It had the feeling of a memory, as many of the paths and disciplines discussed I had never participated in this lifetime. I also recognized this Indian individual too, and in this dream we seemed to be friends. The whole thing seemed very familiar. I had either dreamt it before, or maybe it was from another lifetime perhaps. Even if it were based on a memory, I started talking to the Indian man about the new presentation, affording him explanation in the New You song. He seemed very interested, but considered it just another spiritual path and dismissed it. Later on in the dream, he would join another group of individuals and become involved in their spiritual practice. It was kind of martial art. And the practitioners had the ability to move very swiftly, translocating from place to place. Later, my father and I were departing the scene, and we passed another Indian person, a self-proclaimed guru. Again, I had a recognition of him, and I would say to my father how I hadn't seen this individual in 12 years, even though I had never seen this man in the physical lifetime before. Apparently, he was a magical guru, and he sang the song as we passed him, "I am the magic man, see what I can do," speaking in English, but with an Indian accent. And so I would say the word deja vu came to mind for myself walking around this morning on the grounds, and thinking about that I had felt that, which I had a couple of times here in some form, nothing as exacting, but in any case, to describe this DUANE view of the magic man was this. The real you is on the real side, and then you come back to the personal side. The personal side, as you're starting to see, has its own mind, and there's two of you. Personal side consists of the 5 bodies, and then there's the real you. And you have relationships on the real side. We all do, and we recognize certain things and situations. This is where you start to see the difference between the two as you pay more attention to your real awareness that supersedes everything. And from there, you can see how the personal self is working, how you set it up to work a particular way. And for the most part, you think that personal self, but it's just something you occupy like a car. Yes, you're seeing other individuals, but you're sharing ideas and talking to them just like you would here. There's evidence right there. You're sharing the new you with them. You're giving the experience and the chance to see the difference. The gurus, masters, especially astral realm, where they can pop here and there. For the most part, the guides don't do that stuff because they're focused on the true reality. Real survival is in the real universes. There's only agitation and creation with people chasing things, and they only struggle with it. These individuals can do all these magic tricks, just like Cal and God, etc., but they'll all have to reincarnate, going to continually stay in these cycles and for a while until they decide differently. Past lives, we've all done these things and come through them. These are a little refresher courses for you as a comparison also. So when you come back here, you're in a position where you can be more objective about yourself personally. The real you, which is occupying the personal self and the experiences that you're being shown according to what's taking place in creation and in your personal life. It's that objectivity and that comparison, and then you figure it out from there. And ending with, while the association of being an Indian is directly with myself on that one. And I think also with the tribes and native groups and so forth, Val, I think, and I shared a number of things that way, histories, and I also think I've had examples with the people from Persia, we call it, Iran, etc., and probably quite long ago. And we have similarities that go between them. And so it's real great to have some recognition of it and allow it. And the majority of people don't even want to have any cognition of even one past life or something that might be relevant in reference to today in their experiences, which they will largely avoid. And that avoidance is funny. So I guess the only other thing I was going to share is my experiences with we found another, Val and I met, or he knew of this man, but we met him, Oscar. He's an artist. And one of the first things he said, this was yesterday, was that he had been accused of either stealing or not being genuine. And that is, and he's also a hiker, and he's on his journey, and he's not staying in any place. He's moved out of his where he was staying, but he's fine and traveling. He's going to go on this Sunrise Trail with us, looks like. And so we documented that for Val also, and us, the Sunrise Trail opening and the invitations and the full documentary video footage. And Val is an extremely good actor. He pretends to be this really good hiker, I mean, he's really good at it. And, it's like that. We all kind of pretend that we're a really great musician or really great whatever, but yes, that's true in whatever way it is, of course, because anything we pretend to be, we actually are being, right? Cool. That's a good way to put it together. So I've been accused of a few heists. Similarly to Oscar, and he was mentioning to me that he thought he was unjustly, it wasn't. He was trying to show his earnestness, and I felt his honesty, and so that was another one of those things. How the world at large gives us these connections. So thanks, Rebazar, for watching us from the hill, and yeah, and everything else that is. Thanks. A little long. Thank you very much. I mean,